new Blanime podcast.
Mike, have you peeped her Demon Slayer earrings up?
Wait, did she got the Tanjiros on? I didn't even peep that to now.
She got the Tanjiros on, bro.
Tanjiros on. Okay, Laura Giro.
This is the name of the episode.
Okay, Laura. Okay. I ain't mad at that at all. So she got the Meg hoodie and the Tanjiro earrings and everything. I respect it. And here I am over here with this trash ass.
As I've been getting older, I'm like, you know what? All these brands and all this stuff, I'll just wear some anime shit.
All day.
I respect it.
All right.
Mike, as I was telling her, I got this shirt for this episode, for our retro episode. It's a Cowboy Bebop shirt.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I can't even tell who that is. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's Spike. And then
I be feeling old when just even hearing that's even retro, it'll be making me feel a kind of way. Like, is that? Oh my god!
Yes,
it's really not. I mean, it came out in
is.
the '90s, I guess. So, like,
I guess it is. You know, that's like the music on the radio, and they be like, I'm like, but wait a minute.
Like, really? Like,
was that like 2 years ago? No,
like,
like,
don't get it
retro.
twisted. Like, the 90s was like the golden age of everything, but the 90s anime is definitely considered retro.
And it looks
crazy.
It looks good.
But these new kids will never understand the 90s. Like I remember Casey and JoJo being on the radio. Like they'll never experience that.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm showing my age, but y'all know what it is.
We were talking about Wishbone last week, so I was crying. Somebody tweeted us and was like, "Yes, Wishbone." I'm like, "Yeah, if you wasn't watching PBS and watching Wishbone."
That is so funny. One of you know, because he's a director, I'm a producer. One of the girls we worked with, she had just posted because she was on Wishbone, and she's younger than I am. But she just posted this clip, and I was like, "Girl, get that shit out of here!"
What's the story?
She's like, "I'm about to start my acting career back up." I'm like, "Girl," but no, it was cute. She was super cute, but still, I was like, "Wishbone." I remember that.
I would have passed out. I was trying to get on Zoom back then.
Was it Wishbone? Zabumafu, the Crap Brothers.
Have you seen
the two
how
white boys that love animals?
No.
What'd you say?
Have you seen how they look now? From
Yes, I saw. I was like, bro, I'm old as hell.
I haven't seen them.
I did.
Man,
I saw
they
pictures.
gray as hell.
Well, you know, white people kind of age like milk, so you know, I understand it. So I get it. I didn't expect them to still look good after all these years. So.
I mean, they look bad, but yeah.
They don't look terrible, but they look like aged.
When you
white
see
people.
that salt and pepper, it actually sets in like, damn, you have really hit.
Once I start getting grays in my shit, we not doing video no more. So
I'm crying. I'm crying real tears.
I already had to pluck one from my mustache, but like once it starts coming back and not going away forever, then we have to stop the video.
Or you can start Beijing and that shit.
Right.
Right.
Take mascara wand and just you.
Not the Beijing.
Huh?
The Beijing be looking too fake though. Like you have to do something that look more natural. Like Carlos Boozer. Oh man.
But he didn't have no hair. Like nigga, you went and got the Beijing with no hair to add. You was a bald-headed person and you just sprayed that shit on your head and lined it up. Like that shit is ugly. That happened to my dad's cousin. He's my cousin too, but it's my dad's first cousin. At my dad's wedding, the barber like used the Beijing, and my dad's cousin, he wasn't bald, but it was like the Kobe, like where it was so low,
right?
He pretty much looked bald. And he did the Beijing, and he was like, I did not tell that nigga to do this, and this shit ain't coming out. So now I'm gonna be looking at like walking around this wedding looking stupid. He was so mad, but I was like,
about this part all shiny.
Yes, and that you could tell he was like, I keep my hair low because I know I'm balding, but I don't want to let it go. And this nigga just made it obvious that I'm bald. And I was like
when I was 24 and I was real insecure about my shit balding, I used to do the little spray shit. It wasn't called Beijing. It was called black ice or some shit like that. It was like it was called some shit. And I had my shit looking crispy. Like I sprayed my shit down, but like at the end of the day, my shit was never that fucking dense.
where you could tell, like, it's like,
so
bro,
it's
what did
like,
you spray on there?
So I was like, fuck this shit, bro. I was like, even though my shit it looks good, but at the same time, it looks a little bit unnatural. So I was like, nah, I just gotta cut my shit off. So it's like,
and now they got them fibers and lace front.
yeah,
Well, you can get a lace front.
If they had
the lace front dreads the other day. Did y'all see that on
that
Twitter?
shit was hard.
It did. It looked good. He had the lace front. Like, I don't know. The way they edged it up and like faded.
Yeah, I didn't even know you faded like that. I had no idea.
That shit was hard, but I was looking at it, I was like, bro, this shit looks amazing. But at the end of the day, you have to just get out of prison to pull this shit off. Like, you can't pull up
Just what?
with the fade before the day before, and then the next day you have the dreaded fucking fade. No. Like, if I just got out of prison, like doing 5 years, I would pull up with that shit, and y'all wouldn't be able to say anything.
That's true. But we've been quarantining, so I feel like niggas can get away with it. Niggas be like, man,
you don't grow dreads in quarantine.
Since March, I came up and now my shit.
Right, I've been using that rice water. My hair
right.
This girl said rice water.
The rice water.
If rice water
on YouTube.
If rice water make you grow dreads in a few months, and I'm going to get that shit tonight.
Get some, because they
you gotta make your own.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hair growth that people be getting in a month using rice water. Nigga, you have like 8 inches in like 8 months.
I'll fill my tub up with that shit and sleep with my head in the tub if I have to.
So I'm living this rice water now.
Fucking rice
and my
water.
baby in the tub.
I'm dead, man. All right, wait. Let's go ahead and get it going, man. This is episode 96 of the Blanime podcast, and
because you did 95.
Yeah, I did 95. At first I wasn't gonna do the One Piece episode as like a regular episode, but then I was like, nah, that shit was too good, so that's gonna be like a regular episode. So yeah, so we counting that one. That one's 95. This is 96, and I'm Unbothered Mike, and I'm joined with Navon Nadon. And we also got a very special guest, Miss Laura, is with us as well. Laura, tell the people where you're from and your business and a little bit about yourself.
I mean, I'm pretty much from Dallas. I actually live in Carrollton, but I work here in Dallas. I've been here for lots of years. I was a military kid, so I've been brought up all kinds of places. But I've been living in Dallas since like my high school days, so a long ass time. My business is the Retro Room Dallas. We have the Instagram at Retro Room Dallas. It's pretty much just a extra retro ass space that people can shoot videos, pictures. I mean, this is the bed. It's all hella dramatic. You guys all change colors, right? Everything's super dramatic, super retro. I try to put my little anime stuff on them, but I mean, it's pretty much just a place where people do like, you know, videos, photo shoots, all that stuff. I'm a producer. I'm a video producer. And that's kind of how this space came about, is that a lot of the times when we would be doing videos, we would be traveling like LA, all these other kind of places. And we're from here, from Dallas. And, you know, I mean, I doesn't really have like an aesthetic. And so we'd be like, damn, we need a place like to do it here. The irony is we made it here, but we really we don't shoot our own stuff here, but everybody else, but it's cool. You know, just a lane for creatives to, you know, just have something different in Dallas. Because Dallas is, you know, we got all the space with nothing to do. So it's time to, you know, LA got all that stuff. Like we got all the space to be doing it here. We should have been doing it here. So. Facts.
I agree with that.
No cap. No cap.
So, is the Retro Room like? Is that like your home as well?
No, well, no, not for me, because I got kids. So I actually live in Carrollton. Right. I actually brought my kids here, and it's like this 1,700 square foot loft. And it's funny, the first time I brought my kids here, they were like, what the? I was like, where are the walls? What is this? I was like, you want to live here? And they're like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, cool. Like, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. My youngest does love the smoke machine and all the extra lights, but yeah, they not. No, I just live in a regular place in Carrollton in a house, rooms and all that. Because yeah, apparently they don't like open spaces, I guess.
No.
Mike, it's literally if I said 5 minutes from your apartment now, I might be saying that's too far. It's probably like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. You did tell me that. I'm tripping. Yeah.
It's literally like probably 4 minutes away from your apartment now.
My almost former apartment. Yes.
Yeah, we're right on Irving. So.
If you couldn't tell Laura in the background, I'm about to move, so that's why I got these boxes and shit behind me right now. So I'm about to get the hell out of here. But I'm gonna miss this part of town. So let's get into everybody's week and everything, man. So Sine, how has your week been this week? How you been doing?
I've been doing good. Nothing crazy. I didn't almost die on a call. Like, it was a pretty normal schmormal week for me. So I can't complain. I got some anime watching in, so it's always good.
Must be nice.
Boy, I'm weak. But yeah, I pretty much had a good week. Laura, how was your week?
It's been good. Like I said, just got back from LA Monday work. My kids are in that, the homeschool stuff. So that's always, I mean, they appreciate it. But me, on the other hand, I'm like, I'm ready for y'all to go back. And I'm also not ready for y'all to go back because, college coat, all the ever, it makes it extra complicated. But I mean, it's been good. Been working here, working. So.
And for everybody that's listening that's not actually able to witness this podcast and everything, Laura has the orange Meg Thee Stallion Crunchyroll hoodie on right now. She got the bottom grill and she got the Tanjiro earrings. Like she low key
and made out
looking. She killing us right now. Like I just want to make sure the people that are just listening can visualize how fly you are right now. So
my LT's normal. So I should let the show goes. I regret
that. I'm weak.
My week has been mad regular. I have a bunch of guests over here right now, so if you hear a bunch of shit in the background, I apologize.
Ghetto podcast.
Basically, yeah, y'all know the shit ghetto. So we've been saying we ghetto from 95 episodes now. Obviously, I just been really focusing on moving and shit like that. I really haven't watched a whole lot of anime. I think only one show I watched this week, and it was a few episodes of this one show. But we'll talk about that. But really and truly, I just been worried about just working on this move from for next week.
Loud. That's funny. For once, it's not me. Y'all, it's not me. Usually y'all be hearing my shit in the background. Pup be chewing on fucking toys. That's noisy. Chad and Chance be playing the damn game. It's not me for much, y'all.
I hate moving. Moving sucks. It really does.
Yes, packing.
It's literally the worst. Unless apparently you're wealthy and you can just pay people to pack all your shit up and just go.
And move it.
I've never had that experience, and I've had to put my shit just all in big ass bags and be like, all right.
Yes, and drag that shit to the next place. Right. I hate moving.
It's the worst, unless you're rich.
Facts. That shit terrible. This shit trash.
Ooh, I can't imagine. When you guys get your keys to the new apartment?
Halloween. Halloween is when we get the new keys. So, yeah, I'm really excited because I'm ready to be in a much bigger place.
Oh yeah. That face. That's the dad face.
Right.
Yes, I'm sorry. But yeah, so what have we been watching this week, man? So I'll start myself because I really haven't been watching not a fucking thing that for the most part. I think the only thing I watched this week from I'm pretty sure is just Digimon, the 2020 Digimon. So I've been watching that, you know, the nostalgia thing. So I had to keep watching that and everything. I watched a few episodes. It's getting a little bit better and everything. I'm trying to think that they do any wild shit this week. They introduced Devimon, which is the antagonist from back in the day. So that shit was kind of lit. 'Cause I'm like, I already know who that is. So it's like, it's kind of cool. So it was low key perfect for this week since we talking about retro shit. So Digimon might definitely qualify as one of those. So yeah, but that's really all I think I watched. I haven't even watched Jujutsu Kaisen this week. So I'm losing right now. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Bro,
I'm gonna have to watch
damn, why I ain't gonna talk about it?
No, talk. You go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna have to watch it tomorrow because I'm
Get you some business to back up my face.
yeah,
Down.
I'm fucking up. So
Down. Oof. You're down. Damn. Well, Laura, I'll let you go next because I did watch a few things. So, Laura, did you watch any anime this week? And if you haven't, it's okay.
I mean, no, I do. I watch it literally every day, a lot of the times, just because of the way my schedule works. I've just recently been watching sub stuff. Normally, I try to watch it dub because, you know, I'm moving too much. I can't read and do whatever at the same time. I just started on Funimation. My memory. Is it When They Cry? I don't know.
Oh, the 2020 version of When They Cry?
Right. Is there an older version? I didn't know.
Yes. Okay. It's like from like 2005, like between like 2004, 2006.
Okay. So I need to apparently watch that because I had some time and I was like, oh, okay, something popped up on Funimation. I had some time. I was like, I can actually read and watch. And so I did. And I was like, okay, all right, shit's getting dark. And
yes.
Real quick. And my oldest, she watched it too. And she was like, what's going on when they be cutting them off? I was like, girl, I don't know. It's clearly some deadly dark secrets are being held. We don't know. It headed to like episode 3. A lot of the time though, I just be watching just stuff I've been watching. Like I like to rewatch stuff, especially when I'm going to sleep. I'm one of those kind of old people that like to the same thing over and over. What else? Oh, Bento. That's one of the ones. I like a lot of slice of life stuff, so anything food related, I like them.
Really?
I'm like, that looks delicious.
Nay has been the more so the slice of life person as of late between the two of us, because she tell her about you and your slice of life journey that you've been on this year.
My slice of life journey is there. The slice of life animes that I like are like Tyler Perry films. So I don't know if they if they truly count because they're like messy and kids messing with their teachers and teachers being escorts and homeboy who's sleeping with the sister and the 2 sisters. And I mean, yeah, I don't know if my slice of life journey would be.
That sounds like the stuff my oldest watches. She'd be like, and then so-and-so killed themselves and then they couldn't make it, so they died. I'm like, what the hell are you watching? I just don't want your teacher coming up to me being like, I don't know what's going on in the home, blah, blah, blah. But like, I watch food stuff, okay? Like,
I watch food.
My slice life is fairly innocent. Well, fairly innocent, you know, when it comes to anime, because I love Food Wars, so I rewatched that over. She was like, why did their clothes burst off? I don't know.
I literally started the first episode and then like it was so wild. I was like, it wasn't bad by any means. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to be in the right mind state to watch this anime. So
yeah, I just finished the last
ham look good?
Season, so
didn't that ham look good in that first episode though? Goodness.
All their food be looking good.
Yes,
like, their food looking good. Not that I would just really. I mean, maybe when maybe a few years down the line, I'm like, oh, how do I watch bursting something rice? I don't know, bursting fried rice, egg. I don't know.
I heard that they have. Damn, I won't say it's a website, but I believe they have some type like a cookbook or something for like all the recipes on Food Wars.
Yeah, even if they do, like, oh man, like
I have time for
stuff,
this.
I'm like, first off, I can't even like how they even do like the egg where like the yolk, like I'm
Yeah, they be doing too much. Like how they,
right.
it looks like Hell's Kitchen. Like
Right.
when I be watching, I'm like, yeah, this.
I got a regular pan and a regular stove, and I don't have this giant long grater thing. Like, all right, we eating bagel bites.
See, people be sleep. That's a retro food item that people don't know about, or people don't eat bagel bites. Niggas don't be eating bagel bites now. I do, but
Yeah, bagel bites and Tostinos every now and then.
yes, Tostinos. I put them in my air fryer.
Them bagel
I
bites
keep
used to
hearing
fuck
about
the
air
roof of my
fryers.
mouth
I need
up.
to get one. I keep hearing about them.
Mike,
People
preach the gospel of the
telling me
air
about it.
fryer.
It just seems like
Laura.
such a big piece of equipment. I'm
Laura,
like, man, I already have
Laura,
like.
It's not though.
Laura, when I tell you, you'll literally stop using your microwave and your oven for the rest of your life.
That's what I keep hearing, and I'm trying to be back on this health journey stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I really need to.
The air fryer's right there. It's
Laura, I made the most crispy, beautiful wings I've ever had in my life without any oil. Like it goes down with the air fryer. You have to.
yeah.
It's
That air
literally-
fryer
It's
is the
literally
truth.
necessary.
See, I've never even been good at frying, so when I think about it, I'm just like, whatever. It's just like the microwave, whatever. Because
I
every
made
time I
some-
try to fry chicken, I'm like, it looks good on the outside, and on the inside, I'm like, God damn, what did I do?
Girl, get that air fryer.
Right.
Literally put that whatever you want in, bro. That air fryer is.
I mean, this is a sign. This is a sign. I'm gonna have one for retro room tomorrow. Is the air fryer part of the shit? Yes, it is.
When I tell you're gonna be smelling all types of goodness. Oh, I can just imagine. I did pizza rolls in the air fryer, but I haven't bought any bagel bites lately. I can imagine how crispy and good a bagel bite is out of the air fryer. I'm gonna get some this weekend.
I mean, I've been hearing so many good things. I don't know why I've just been apprehensive. I'm like, I got rice cooker and then water. I'm like, I don't know, but you know what? 2021, I'm trying to get back into this health shit. So I need to
get it
invest into,
Get one. You like Mike said, you won't use your microwave. You'll barely use the oven. I'm telling, like you can just stick anything in that air fryer, and even reheating food. Oh,
yeah, I need to get one.
Big facts. Reheating food is like amazing.
it's top tier.
Because it always comes out like crispy.
Reheating food in the microwave. It'd be tasting weird.
It'd be
and
trash. It'd
soggy.
be trash when you reheat in the microwave, but like in the air fryer, like I reheated some canes that I had the other day.
Oh, I know that was
It
good.
was fire.
And them fries.
It was fire.
Because the fries, that'd be the part. Reheating the fries. Because I hate fries like reheated in a microwave or anything. But the air fryer, it gives it that crispiness. And oh, yes, get one. Like I've been preaching. Mike had been preaching to me for the longest, and finally we broke down and got one. I was like, I should have been had one of these hoes. Like I would have been eating magnificent this whole time. But no, I was in quarantine, fucking ordering Uber Eats, hoping I didn't get COVID and reheating food in the microwave.
Oh man, right. But shoot, I was just eating terrible. What? Oh God, let's not even
talk about it.
Right.
What's the main character's name on Food War? Is it Soma or something like that?
Is it Soma? That sounds right.
Yeah.
Souma.
Anyway,
Soma.
whatever the main character's name on Food Wars is, I feel like if he got an air fryer, he would automatically win whatever competition he's in. So I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. I feel like the air fryer is going to take him over the top, and it's going to be like plot armor once he gets the air fryer. So
just deliver the air fryer to the host and be like, "Here you go, bust that open." That's a done deal.
He's gonna have his air fryer eggs, and then like they gonna taste the shit. The judge is gonna taste the shit. They gonna go automatically naked and have the food orgasm, and it's gonna be lit. Like that's all he need. That's the only thing he need to take him over the top.
I am so
brought to you by Amazon.
Bye. I'm not gonna play with either one of y'all. at all.
So, Nate, have you finished Bleach yet, or?
Oh Lord, so you finna get on my ass. So I am. So let me tell you. I like because J Rock sent me his meme that I have honored you with his picture on it. He was like, "I'm proud of you." I'm at the end. I think I have like 10 or 13 episodes. So I'm past the last Aizen and Ichigo fight. Aizen's been sentenced to like 20,000 years. And Ichigo lost his Soul Reaper powers, but it's some weird nigga that like he bumped into that like just like found him again at his job or something. So I'm at the end. I'm at the end of Bleach, y'all. I'm at the end. That was something I watched this week, Reborn. And y'all, Reborn, Mike, you have to watch Reborn. This hoe just turned, it just went through a whole nother level. And I'm finna spill all the tea on it. Long story, less long. My nigga Suna. So there's a character on there. So the family, Suna is the mafia boss. He's supposed to be like the 10th mafia boss of his family. His friends and stuff, they're pretty much his people. And there's one kid on there. He's literally like a baby. He's like 4 or 5. His name is Lambo. He has this thing called a 10-year bazooka. And so when he like gets scared or like when he's just fucking up in the world, he'll fall into it and he turns into his self 10 years from now. So he turns into his 15-year-old self instead of his 5-year-old self. And so where I'm at now, this is a whole nother arc, but Reborn went into it and he didn't come back. And so logically, that means 10 years from then or 10 years from now, he doesn't exist. If he didn't come back as something, that means he died, logically speaking. And so somehow, so Suna asked him, could he use it? But like I said, Lambo's a little kid, so they be arguing. So Suna went in and Suna came back. Well, Suna woke up 10 years later, but he woke up in a coffin. So he was like, fuck, I wake up like this. Like, what the hell? Nigga, when I tell you this hoe done turned all the way up, I like, oh my gosh, like the new villain or antagonist, just the storyline, them being 10 years in the future, like just some of the stuff. It's a really good show. It is really, really well written. They don't leave anybody behind. I don't want to give too much more of it away, but Mike, you will really, really, really like it. You can get past that first. Laura, you will like it too, especially since you like slice of life stuff. The first season is slice of life pretty much. And then it kind of gets shonen-ish at the end of the first season. They start fighting and stuff. And then they'll go back slice of life for a few episodes, introduce some people, and then it goes back shonen-ish. So if you like slice of life, it's definitely a good one. And if you like shonen and action, it's definitely a good one. Cause bro, like I can't believe where they are now. Like I was stressed out watching that shit, but it's had a really good part. So I watched that. I watched the Dr. Stone special edition episode that Crunchyroll dropped, which was literally, they said special episode. It was a recap of season 1.
I hate when they do that.
Yes, it was literally a recap of season 1. And then at the end, I'm not spoiling anything, guys, because we know when Senku Nim was trying to get the cell phone tower finished, it kind of digs into that a little bit, not really, and then it stops. Right. So we know that's what I think it's dropping in January. So it was really a recap episode. So if you need a refresher, you can definitely watch it and get caught up, or like I said, get refreshed in that 22 minutes. And then I caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. And this episode this week, it's finna get real. Well, first of all, it got real, but it's about to get realer with what is happening right now, where the episode ended up at. So I won't spoil that. I'll wait. But Jujutsu Kaisen has been really good every week. That's one that I think I'm gonna have to let like a week or two go by so I can watch like 2 episodes at a time, because if I watch it week to week, it's gonna piss me off.
So
That's how I'd be like, let me just wait because
get some episodes.
I get lost in trying to watch all of them one episode by one, and then next thing you know, I'm confused a bunch, and and
then you start watching all of them, like
right. And next thing you know, it's 12 episodes in, which I guess is not a terrible thing. But I'd be like, oh shit, I'm caught up. Okay, let me talk about this. Okay, cool.
So anime of the year, in the conversation.
That's no cap. Jujutsu Kaisen, if they keep this up every week, it should easily, unless AOT, which we know AOT is gonna come with some heat. If AOT blows us out the water, of course, that'll be it. But I would say for like new anime of the year or new anime for 2020, it's definitely right now to me by far is killing everything. And I don't even know. I mean, I feel like it's been some bullshit to come out this year too. I mean, I guess it's been some good stuff that I probably haven't watched, but Jujutsu Kaisen, right now, I feel like, Mike, you watched episode 3?
Yes.
So you got introduced to old girl. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah,
but
old girl. Yeah,
they're Sakura.
Mm-hmm.
I would call
Don't do her
because they give you a Squad
Sakura.
7 vibe. It gives you Naruto vibes when you see their sensei and then them 3 together, and the other dude kind of gives you that Sasuke type of vibe. She's basically Sakura because she's the only girl, and then I wouldn't call him Naruto, but like he's the main character. So it definitely gave me like Naruto vibes with the setup, but this episode, I'm glad they kind of introduced, like how they introduced her and like where this episode took them. Cause this shit, like,
I need to put that on my list.
Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen it's really good. And I think your oldest would like it because it has a dark aspect. It does have a lot of comic relief that I do enjoy, like that can kind of break up some of that seriousness, but it's not. Right. It's not too much to the point where you're like, okay, they're being too goofy and like I can't take the show seriously. But your oldest would definitely like it, and I think you would like it too. Like this episode today, the way it ended, I was like, I don't even think I want to wait another week. I'm like this close to reading it. Like that's how good the episode was.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm not quite there.
If you watch it like that, I honestly was like, I don't know if I want to wait to see what happens because like this was like a twist that I did not see coming at all.
That's what I love about anime.
You just never know.
I'm definitely watching it after we would get done with this pod because I have to see now.
Right. That episode is gonna mess you up, bro. Like it really is. And so Jujutsu Kaisen, I see why people who were reading it were excited for it to come out. It's definitely probably my favorite right now, 2020. And I don't think I watched a ton of new stuff. A lot of new stuff that I started this year, I dropped, honestly. So this is definitely like up there for sure. So that's all I've watched this week. I need to catch up on Black Clover, but I don't know if they got to the time skip yet. So I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I've been watching it in passing.
Black Clover?
Right.
Oh, okay. Mike,
I watch it, but it just be, I watch it and I don't know. I'd be like, oh, this is cool. This is cute. Yeah. Like, I'm still waiting for, like you said, I'm still waiting for something new to just really capture my attention because a lot of the stuff I'd be like, oh, this is cool.
I see something.
Right. Like I'm waiting for something deeper, something, So, I mean, I watch pretty much if it's new, I'll try to watch it except for on Crunchyroll, but I'll never pick it up. All that. So, like I said, I don't be having time to read all that, but I'll watch it in passing and, at least at the minimum try to be like, okay, I kind of understand what's going on, whatever. And I'm hoping that I'll pick up something and I'm like, yes, totally. Like when they cry, I was like, okay, this is kind of up with my eyeballs. I'm going to just really dive into this. And of course, I watch all the episodes and now I have nothing to watch. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in probably about a good three months, but I'm literally just kind of like waiting for it to build up so I can just binge it all at one time.
Right.
I'm really just waiting for the time skip. So that's
I was to say this seems filler-ish where we're at now.
Right.
yeah. So I think it's like I think I left off at like 132, and I think they're currently like on 148 or some shit like
They're
that.
like on 148 because I stopped at like 138 or something. I was
Okay,
like,
so yeah,
and that shit was like filler as fuck. I was like, oh, cool.
yeah,
I
I don't
just
care
wait
about that filler shit. Like I just want to get back to the shit where they start
to the
training.
shits.
Yeah, this little 6 month time skip that they about to have. Like I need that shit. So, um, yeah. Laura, did we talk about everything you've been watching, or did I miss anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bet. So, Laura, let's get to learn you a little bit. So, Laura, so go ahead. Let's in no certain order. What is your top 5 anime?
I had to put this in my notes.
Oh, okay. I respect.
I was struggling with this because I'm one of those people that because I watch it so much and I watch so many, like I'm like, what is my favorite in what genre? Like, what am I even? You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch so much of it, I'm like, I don't know. So I had to put this in my notes. Let me go. So I have Spirited Away.
I knew that. I knew that was gonna be in there.
Right. Especially, I mean, it's just so beautifully done. I just love the way it looks. I love the story. I have Food Wars, of course. I have Samurai Champloo, Vampire Hunter D, and Birdie the Mighty Decode.
Vampire Hunter D. Hold on, do I have that?
Not heard about those. I have not heard about those last two.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter D.
Birdie the Mighty. It's the fight scenes, the stories. It's old. I mean, I guess you can consider that retro. And I even hate saying that because I'm like retro. Like, I'm still young at heart, but it is technically.
2000.
And this is the thing when you make the top 5. I was like, damn, but there's so many that I would put in there. Honorable mentions that that technically I don't want to say don't make the cut, but I'm just one of those people that I don't necessarily have like a top 5. Those are the ones that I could pick like in certain kind of genres. But I mean, normally when anything releases, anything new, I'll watch it. Netflix, whatever. Like, oh, this is on. Okay, I'll watch this just to see. And a lot of it, I'll be like, yeah, this is good. This is deep. This is whatever. And then there are some that I'll go back to. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this while I sleep. So, but yeah. I mean, I feel like that would. And it's weird because I have a mix of like, I like a lot of slice of life and I like a lot of comedy stuff, but like, I like Attack on Titan. I like, One Punch Man. I like, I watch it too often, literally like regular TV because I basically really just watch anime except for on occasion I'll watch some like reality TV just to be kind of messy. So I'm like, yeah,
yes, that message.
right, drag race. I'll catch up on just the current kind of stuff, so I don't feel like the one person that they'd be like, "Oh, did you watch that?" And I'd be like,
what's
no,
that?
but
What's
did
going
you
on?
see that? Dr. Stone, and like. So I'll catch up on regular TV, but for the most part, that's kind of pretty much all I watch.
So I got a make or break question for you, real quick. So this might turn the whole tide of the podcast. So since you like slice of life stuff, have you seen an Assassination Classroom?
Yes.
So how do you feel about Assassination Classroom?
I feel like it's cute. I feel like that's one of the ones because my oldest was like, "What is about this?" And I was like, because she likes the dark kind of whatever stuff. And I was like, well, I mean, the title, it's cute. You can watch that and I'll feel okay about you watching that. It's not really that whatever. It's cute.
So I asked because I have to throw Nate under the bus. That's the one anime that's probably the only anime I've seen that Nate hates the most. Well, actually, no, I won't say the most, but she hates it a lot. And
I don't care for it.
yeah, she didn't care for it, so I know that's like a real kind of slice of life. But I told her Nate likes really really dark shit, and I'm like, Nate, there's some real dark shit that goes on in Assassination Classroom that you would enjoy, but you're just not gonna give it a chance. So I had to, let a third party like yourself let her know, like, hey, it's not just too cute and too goofy. It does have some dark elements to it. Would you agree? Would you agree with that?
I would agree that it has like some little sprinkles of darkness, but it's not so dark. Like I said, that one when my oldest was asking about it, I was like, yeah, you can watch that. Now she tried to put on, what is it, Devil May Cry? She tried to put that on.
Oh, Devil May Cry, baby.
Right. So she tried to put on, and I'm just like in
That's
the kitchen
super dark.
doing stuff, and I just hear like, oh, and I was like, see, I told you you wasn't ready for that. That's, when I think of Realm of Dark, it's
Oh yeah, Devil May Cry, baby. I watched the first couple episodes of that, and I was like, yeah, this shit kind of went left quick.
like, hella twisted with the dark. It's not just dark, it's twisted, it's kind of, so I mean, yeah, the other one, I feel like even though it does like have little sprinkles of dark, it's still pretty lighthearted for the most part. Now, of course, I say that and I watch anime, and I feel like if other people show they give it like, maybe not, but if you're used to, watching it, I feel like if you're used to watching anime, it's not super dark. If you're not used to it, you'll be like, okay, well, that's a little questionable. What the fuck are these kids goddamn doing? But
That's fair. That's fair. I said I would revisit it in 2021. I'm just not doing it this year.
Cap.
I refuse.
so many animes. It's hard to revisit stuff that you're not really interested in because they just, they keep pumping out the stuff, and you're like, all right, I'll have like. There's just so much that they're pushing out, at least in the sub department, where it's like, yeah. I mean, she like my oldest. She liked what is it?
The Promised Neverland.
Right. She really liked that one. She liked Attack on Titan. She likes all the super whatever. And I'm like, all right.
She like all the adult anime.
I don't like to hold back for my kids and not be honest, but I'm like, all right, you're going to watch something that you're going to be like, whoa. And I don't want to have to sit here and explain, the birds and the bees or how this all works. Like, I don't want to explain how this lady got like 5 titties. Like, I don't want to do that. So just be prepared if something like that happens. I warned you, and it is what it is.
She said, I don't want to warn you if this lady has fun.
Keep her away from Witchblade. Keep her away from Witchblade. Keep her away from High School of the Dead.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I love High School of the Dead, but it's definitely not for kids.
I'm all, with stuff like that, it's always sad for me that, they get you caught up on it and they never continue. And I'm like, well, damn. Well, hope they made it. Well, because I don't read.
Well, I hope they made it.
Apparently the guy that made High School of the Dead, he died.
Wait, what?
The guy who made High School of the Dead, I think he died. So that's why they never continued it. But it was like animation wise.
That face.
That's the only reason why they didn't continue it is because he's dead. He's dead,
but that's a good reason not to finish.
Right.
It is.
Right. That makes sense.
But I would have liked if he had,
because I was always butthurt about that one, stopping. I was like, man, I'm totally into, because I love zombie stuff too, like any kind of zombie related. That's one of the few scary genres that I can actually watch, even in live action stuff, because even though I watch the anime stuff, like regular scary movies, it'd be giving me nightmares. Like Attack on Titan, when I first watched it gave me nightmares. I feel like the very first
when Aaron mama got ate up. That fucked a lot of people up because she got chomped down. I'm like, damn.
I mean, and I feel like when I first watched it, I binge watched like the first season, and then right after there was like a thunderstorm or something that was actually going on. I remember waking up being like, oh God. Because I'm scary enough like that to where like, I'll watch something scary and not be able to go to sleep and be like, I don't want no Titan to come up and bite me in the face. I'm like, come out. I'm like, I don't know what's in that one.
I am crying.
Not a Titan
That
coming
is
up
so
and biting you in
funny.
the face. I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm scary, so I don't. My oldest, she likes watching, and it's crazy because I'd be like, "You cool with that?" And she's like, "Yeah, I totally watch that, and I totally understand the story. Did you know that the mom was the mom that shot?" I'm like, "No, I didn't."
Oh, so she done told
I
her.
had nightmares.
Did you hear that, Mikey?
Yes.
Her daughter already told her that that Titan was that ate Aaron mama.
Yeah, and see, I didn't know that. She just told me that, and I was like, "No, I was just watching in fear of these giants." Like I said, I'm one of those kind of scared. Like I don't normally watch the scary movies, but with anime, it's different. Like I can, it's animated. So
Yeah.
but even still, like I said, literally a thunderstorm came, and I was like no,
She
Titan.
spoiled it for you.
Go back to sleep.
I'm weak.
Yeah.
So how did you start your anime journey? Because one thing, so we'll let you plug in your socials. Definitely, we'll plug them in the podcast description, and you can plug them in as well. But like your Instagram has a lot of retro anime on there, so
Right.
I'm assuming you've been watching anime for a long, long time. But like, what got you into anime?
I feel like, well, like I said, I was brought up in a military household, so for the younger part of my life, I lived like in Korea and whatever. And so, I mean, that was just a regular part of like regular TV watching. So, like Sailor Moon, just a bunch of the old, I mean, that was just a part of, regular. It wasn't until I came back to America, because it was weird, like being overseas kind of put you in this weird bubble, especially at least for me being black. And so I came back being like, "Oh, did you guys watch this?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And so I came back, and then I feel like, was it Saturday morning cartoons? I started watching, some of the other stuff. And then as I got older is when I started watching what was it that I watched? Maybe it was like Ninja Scroll. I forget whose house I was when I watched that on VHS. But I mean, I've been watching it since I was a kid. Like I said, over there was just a part of the regular viewing program, I guess, or whatever. It was when I got to America, I was like, okay, I noticed a difference between the animation in America and when I was in Korea, and I was like, oh, this is different. Like, this is a shit I'm really trying to get into. But then when you really try to get into it, it's like, oh, this is way darker and way deeper, and it's tits and ass and blood and all of this. And I was like, okay, I can.
This is true.
And I can get with this, like, okay. Like it's one of those things that, I just kind of developed where I was like, all right, my draw was the animation for it, is how it looked, because of course, Japanese shit looks, or I say Japanese, but, Koreans be animating a lot of that. But, it just looked way better.
Yeah, animation.
Regular, like, basic ass Saturday morning shit where you're like, yeah, this doesn't look as cool as the shit that I saw over there.
I think I noticed like most of the hard shit that was like Saturday morning cartoons growing up, that shit was anime for the most part. Like,
right.
we was on Yu-Gi-Oh hard when we were little. We were on Pokemon hard, and I was like, all this shit looks hard, but it's like, damn, this shit is all from Japan. So it's like, damn, all this shit's better. So
all that shit better than our shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like
tired of people with these weird square faces. Yeah.
Yeah, like majority of that shit just look better, and then once you get to the tsunami phase, it was a fucking wrap. Like,
right. No, that was it. When that little that was it.
When Tom came up.
Right. Did he like change?
He changed like, little 5 times
first, and I feel like he got like muscular or whatever.
They literally just gave him a new form like last year or this year or something like that. Like he went through a whole nother change again. Like they kill him off like every 2 years, and then after that 2 years up, they'll rebuild him and turn him into some other shit. So right. Tom is like literally a new nigga. Like Tom, they're like on Tom 5 right now.
I
Right.
am weak. I am so weak.
They be killing my nigga Tom off, and Tom woke as shit. I don't like that shit.
Bye. Barbie is too.
Uh,
Oh man.
They all too woke for me.
I don't
Shit.
trust white
Right.
women. So
I'm like,
Barbie
I'm
might
not
be-
even trying to talk about some
Barbie
of this
might
shit.
be the ops.
My youngest, she'd be into that, and she loves like a bunch of the super, like Elron High School.
A lot of people like Oron High School.
I also
hear-
love it. That's the one that I introduced her to. I feel like that's the one that I introduced my kids to at first. I mean, they've been watching it because they've always watched kind of like behind the scenes what I'd be watching. They're like, what the hell? What's going on? And I'd be having to explain to them, like, no, it's innocent. I know you see like underboob and butt cheeks, but I promise it's not about that. It's really about this girl and this guy, but that's how she started, and now she likes all of that, like, magical girl. Although she did try to watch, I forget which magical girl, which one it was.
Is it Spec Ops or whatever? Magical Girl Spec
Whichever
Ops.
one, it was hella dark. And she was just like, magical girl. And I was like, oh. And then we kind of watched, and I was like, oh, damn.
This is
Not
life.
quite as magical as we thought it would be. And it's actually kind of sad. So she watches all of that. Like, she loves Oron. She loves all the little cutesy, which is good. 'cause-
See, I can't wait till like my baby is finally old enough to where I can have these conversations. Well, not those specific ones, but like, or she's watching anime like on the regular and shit, and we can actually talk about it. So I appreciate y'all's mother-daughter bond that y'all have with this anime shit. So my baby,
my oldest is actually named after an anime, and she tried to watch it. Her name's Kione. My oldest is Kione. So I told her that it was from Tenchi, and she tried to watch it. She was like, trash.
wait,
I was
which Tenchi?
the first one. I can't even.
I think what okay, let me because I used to watch Tenchi hard when I was a kid, so I try to remember too. I know there was Tenchi Muyo. I think there was Tenchi World. Is it Tenchi Muyo?
Right.
Okay, bet.
Right. So that's where I named my oldest Kione after. And so I told her about it,
I
and
think
she's
I
the one who
remember
likes to watch
Kione.
the dark stuff. And she tried to watch it, and she was like, "Mom, this is trash."
Was Kione the girl with the pink hair?
She's the cop.
I'm looking it up. Oh, the cop. I remember this. Wow. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
She's like green hair.
She has green, like blue green hair. Yeah.
Right.
I know
right.
exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, "This is trash. I can't watch this." And I was like, "No, but it's in space. They have other series." And she was like, "No, I don't like it. I don't like any of it." I was like, "Okay."
I was always a fan of Ryoko on the Tenchi series.
Right. Right.
Ryoko
Yeah.
was like
I mean, that would have been a cool last name. That's a hella strong name, but she was actually super sensitive.
Kione and Ryoko. Yeah. Wow, I can't. Oh man, you taking me back because like Tenchi was my shit. Like when I was probably like 13. Yeah, probably about 13 years old, and that was like the first I think anime that I watched that was like probably like I guess you consider a harem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. For
But
sure.
it wasn't like the harem where it was just like mad freaky. It was just kind of like the innocent harem. So
Right.
innocent to a certain extent because they all was in love with this nigga, but he was like, yeah. So
Right. The most square. It's funny when when would that even happen in real life?
Yeah.
When would that? Like, I just, but it's anime. It's cute. Like, I don't know any real human being, any real man that would just be like, "Oh, all these women like me," but I don't know. No, like, no.
in
No.
my head, I'm like, bro, if I'm 13 and I got like mad broads that's after me and shit like that, like I'm gonna be with all y'all. Like it's not gonna be like we're all
There's
gonna be
enough
happy
for me to
together.
go around.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be all y'all's boyfriend. So
Weak.
I'm not choosing between y'all. Y'all all have me.
I am weak. I'm not gonna do
Like
this.
what they think this is.
That's
Like,
enough for me to go around.
we are all together.
Right.
I mean, that actually worked in 2020.
I mean, that's why I
2003.
like Oron. That's why I like Oron. This one girl and this. You got all the guys. So.
Yeah, see, anime shit can't apply to real life because I'd be Stevie J if the anime shit was real.
So damn terrible. Not Stevie J.
Making the
Right.
But
that face.
that's neither here nor there.
Hate that face that he makes too.
That rat face.
I can't even do it.
So, Mikey, I don't know, and for listeners, I don't know if I told you how me and Laura's conversation started to get to this point, to getting her to do the podcast with us. But as Laura was saying earlier, she has the Retro Room Dallas, which is a very nice venue. And this was about about 2 months ago, I guess. One of my homeboys was doing a video shoot there, and so I went to support. Huh?
It was Jamil?
No, my homeboy PJ. I don't know if you've met Poppy.
Probably not.
But he was doing a video shoot. But it was the day I went and got the Agresico backpack from you.
Oh.
So literally, I picked up my backpack, and then which I have to show you. I'll show you when we get done. And then I went to the venue because it was literally like 3 or 4 minutes from your house. And so, like I said, the Netflix account was pretty much geared towards anime. And I was like, whose Netflix account? Okay, well, I'm about to turn on some anime talk. We're talking. So he gets done with the video shoot, and she has a Spirited Away like coined thing on top of the refrigerator.
Go get it.
And she has it right there. She had it on top of the refrigerator. So I'm looking at it, and to me, it looked like a hollow. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like, so initially I was like, damn, who watching Bleach? And so I said something to PJ, but I guess when she heard me, she came around the corner, and she was like, yes, so there's a wall, which I didn't know it was anybody back there. I assumed that the venue was just like unlocked, and then he, like, when we left, he was gonna have to lock it up, put the key, you know. I didn't know it was actually anybody there. So I was saying something to him about that, and like I said, I thought it was a hollow from Bleach, but it was really Spirited Away. And so when I said something, she ended up coming around the corner, and she was like, oh, that's from Spirited Away. And I was like, oh, and I don't know what anime I had playing at the time. It might have been Bleach. I think I might have turned Bleach on. And we talked for like probably close to an hour.
Right. I feel like your friend was like, all right.
Yeah, he was sitting there like,
okay, shut the hell up now.
Yeah, you could tell
he's going on. But yeah, this is this is the bank. My kids got me this. It's a little no face bank.
Oh shit.
You put the little coins in and he eats it.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's clean.
That is a gift. And I was like, oh, I love it. And so the reason why I even put it on the fridge is because, you know, we have that bar. But, you know, my kids got me that. I was like, oh my God, it's a little movie. So I put it on the bar, and my partner was like, that ain't retro. And I was like, what? It's like a little baby. People put their little coins and he'll eat the little coins. And so now I put it on the bar because I was like, the fridge, that's not good enough for him. Like, I'm going to put him on the bar. It's super adorable. And then it's funny because the other day he had emptied. He was like, look how much change is in there. I was like, see, we need to put
people are actually putting change in it. Right. I was scared to touch it. And I was like, oh my gosh, look. And boom, here we are. And she was nice enough to actually do this episode with us. And I'm actually really excited about that.
Meeting Black people that watch anime.
Yes. And that was one of the conversations.
Between, but kind of ish, sort of ish. Less now. I feel like I encounter more people that watch it now than I did years ago. Because years ago I felt like, you know, I was thinking white nerdy kids. But you know, it was a bunch of like, you know, I was a nerd too, but you know, it was just like a bunch of nerdy kids. And now I feel like anime is in the genre of, especially with the younger kids, being cool and acceptable. And, you know, like, especially with, I feel like just the way anime is grown, like, okay, it's cool. Like, other people watch it. And every time I hear, when I used to have it on the fridge, that's how I would know, because I would hear it on the other side of the wall. I'm like, oh, someone's messing with the bank. Let me go see who watches anime or whatever. Like, that was a signal. And surprisingly enough, as like I said, as I've gotten older, more people watch it. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Like this is great. There's a whole little like group of
Community.
right, exactly. And I don't know, black people made it cool, whatever. That's cool. I'm down with, whatever makes it to where I'm not the only outcast talking about some weird random shit. Because like I said, most of the time I watch it all the time, and I just watch, and I like regular TV, but for the most part, I just watch it sort of like, okay, I'm not talking about just animation. And people are like, okay, she's the normal human. I watch that Atlanta Housewives and then fighting.
But I also watch.
Right, but did you see that fight scene between One Punch Man and be like, no, it's too good.
I love how dope it is. I love how dope it is now because, like, when I was a kid, so my mom, what she told me when I was little is that her favorite cartoon was actually Speed Racer. Speed Racer,
And that's an anime.
Speed Racer is actually an anime, but she never exactly. So she never actually considered it an anime, but she never like encouraged me either to like watch anime, like, but she didn't know it was anime, so she was never like, yeah, watch this kind of cartoon type shit. So flash forward now, she'll probably judge me. Well, she knows I watch it, but she don't really just like, we don't really talk about it or nothing like that. So it's just, it is what it is. I feel like she judged me, but we don't talk about it because I'll fry her. Anyway, so flash forward, so my girlfriend's daughter loves anime. And her birthday is actually tomorrow. She turns 13. So I was FaceTiming her before we started recording. And I was like, hey, Amanda, just so you know, I got her hooked on Seven Deadly Sins. Like, she watched the whole first 3 seasons.
Aww.
She watched the whole first 3 seasons in like 2 days. And it's like, she's hooked on it. So she don't have Netflix at her house. So I told her, I was FaceTiming. I was like, hey, new season just came out, even though I hate it. I was like, new season just came out. Whenever you come visit and everything, we'll watch it. She got mad happy, and I was like, I didn't have this shit growing up, so it's kind of dope now that like, my generation.
Be that for some.
It's dope that like I can put the younger generation on some shit now. When before, like my mom, if I'm watching cartoons past 18, my mom's probably looking at me funny, but it is what it is. So. I just thought about that. I was just like, yeah, I'm putting Amanda on Seven Deadly Sins, and she's really into volleyball and softball. So I was like, hey, Haikyuu and Ace of Diamond are the 2 things you might want to look at. Like, so I just want to put that in there real quick. So I just like that all of us older people now, like, I'm 30 now, so it's like I love that we're putting the kids on anime and encouraging them to watch it. So
I don't have to watch trash. No offense, because a lot of these newer cartoons, my sister, my older sister, she watches a bunch of cartoons, but she watches the kiddie stuff. I had put her on Tourette's Go, and I mean, her and Retzko are pretty much the same person, except she's in the military. And I was like, no, you need to watch this because you and her are like the same thing, and she totally loves it. So she's kind of picky. And my youngest, I put her on My Hero, and she watched it all the way through. Her birthday is November 7th. She sent me like a little picture of she wants like a My Hero cake and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, because if you didn't like anime, I would just this stuff.
I'm kidding.
I'm glad you appreciate. I mean, she watched it all. I mean, it's weird with kids. Like, you put them on something, if they like it, like, I mean, she watched it in days. And I mean, she binged and watched the whole thing. And she was like, do you remember the episode of so? And I'm like, I kind of remember it, but I'm glad you like it. Yay! So she's ready for I want to do like a whole like My Hero birthday thing. She likes all the outfits, I want to do the little cosplay thing. They already picked out the Halloween costumes.
So who are you gonna be?
In anime. I was like, I told y'all this is the website, but whatever. They just wanted, kids. They went to the costume store and they're picked out some stuff. But next year,
Laura,
I want us all to dress up together. But I guess it'll just be cosplay at this point because I don't even know what Halloween's gonna even be like.
If there is one.
I'll be moving, so I won't be participating in those things. Laura, who are you gonna be for the My Hero thing? If you picked already, if you haven't, I understand.
this is the weird thing. When it comes to with the kids, I just let them pick all the cool characters, and I pick the older, whatever, whoever's left over, and I'll be like, okay, I'll be the older, whatever man version.
The older.
Because, they're like, she's like, I want to be Deku. And I was like, okay, well,
I'll be All Might. What?
So in my head, I was like,
Right.
okay, she probably a dope Mirko, but I'm like, Mirko's like in a swimsuit, so probably not that. But like maybe like a black female All Might would be kind of dope for you.
Right. I mean, normally that's where they shove me to anyways, because they always pick like the cool characters, and I'd be like, okay, even when we talk about, because before all the COVID stuff, I've always wanted to, and I haven't yet done it, but I've been wanting to go to the conventions. I just haven't got my body right. I told her about this when she came up. I was like, I've been wanting to go to conventions for many years, but the kind of person I am, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it all the way. I need abs, I need cheeks, I need it all, because I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do like half-ass that, but I don't want to be looking crazy either. I don't want to be on those anime sites that I laugh at where people be looking whatever, and I'm judgmental. But I wanted to go all the way with it. So 2021, we'll see how COVID and me getting an air fryer and my diet works out.
Air fryers and conventions 2021. That's it.
Right.
That's all.
Speaking into existence right now, especially that air fryer.
I
was so happy because I was like, man,
COVID has been a shit show.
In retrospect, like I got to cosplay one time last year, and I was like, bro, that might be the last time I cosplay for a few years. like I don't know when this shit gonna be back to normal. Like, it's crazy.
I know, that's the weird thing. Like, what is the new norm? After all of this, what is the new normal? What is it gonna be like? And there are certain times where I'm going through something where I'm like, okay, this is normal. Like I was telling her, I just got back from LA. That flight was full as hell. There wasn't no empty seat. I'm in the middle like this. And then there are times where, wear the mask, do this. And I'm not opposed to that. I'll put the mask on, whatever I'll do now. I'm a little girl. I don't know. I might be the new Karen, be like, I ain't wearing this mask. Look at my chin.
No. This close. That's why I was like, I just don't need to go nowhere.
Right.
Breaking out.
Right. I just, you know what? Anyways, I'm gonna let that go because now I'm feeling.
Girl, you look fine.
No,
firstly,
the power of makeup, but it's weird. There are times where you start feeling like, oh, okay, this is cool, this is regular, and then now, especially during, it's about to be flu season. Now they're saying you can get the flu and COVID at the same time. My
get
kids,
everything,
and it's crazy. Like, I've been wanting to put my kids back in school, but I'm like, well, damn. I mean, I do want y'all asses to go to school, but I don't want y'all to risk y'all. It's just, it's weird. They're all putting us in this weird position where they're forcing us to go back to work and put our lives together. But at the same time, watch out because you might die of flu, COVID, AIDS, whatever the fuck. Like, all of it.
pneumonia,
all of it. Right. Your chest gonna explode. And it's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed, like, what are we supposed to do?
I'm waiting on the anime series that really touches on this. I believe Itachi had COVID.
Nay.
I think Itachi had COVID because he had some terminal illness that nobody knows. Nobody ever knew. Like, to this day, we still don't know what Itachi had, but that shit took him out quick.
Nay, I don't think his symptoms. I don't think his symptoms lined up with COVID.
What were his symptoms, though? Do we know?
His symptoms were... Actually, no, I don't remember. But I do know COVID symptoms were like a headache, coughing. It's a lung thing. So like he wouldn't have been able to go 10 rounds with Sasuke if his lungs was fucked up, and he wouldn't be able to put no genjutsu on Sasuke if he had a headache or a migraine. So
depending on what the severity, because what if he had COVID and something else, but the COVID is what set it overboard. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
the COVID made it terminal.
yeah, that maybe that's what like just kicked it from I'm gonna make it, like I might be making it to like nigga it's over, and I know it's over, so it's a theory.
So Nate's theory is COVID pushed Itachi over the edge. I just want to put that on record.
I think a lot of people might agree with that.
Yeah.
You know how weak of a fucking Uchiha you gotta be to get taken out by COVID? You slaughtered.
You know how weak of an Uchiha you gotta be to get finessed by Black Zetsu? Hey, it's even. At least he was physically to the point where he couldn't do shit else, and not mentally.
I am dead.
Oh, niggas gonna be on my head for that comment.
I can't wait. Till they swarm your mentions talking shit, because you know these Naruto niggas are something else. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, Ben gonna be on my head. It's okay. I'll take it.
Ben and Herman.
Yeah, hopefully we get back to some kind of normalcy.
Normalcy.
I mean,
something.
Like, and it's weird during all of this COVID stuff. Normally, I'm a pretty sickly person. Well, I feel like a part of me is sickly, and then I have kids that be in school. But since COVID has started, normally I would have gotten sick several times this year, especially when it's cold. This is the one span of a year that I haven't gotten sick. I was like, like, normally when my kids come back from school, I'd be out with a fever. It's like I said, it's weird. I can't wait till some normalcy comes back around, because one, I'm tired of this fucking acne that I'm dealing with.
That shit not coming back.
Like, I mean, put makeup on. I don't want to put a damn mask on. I will, and I do. Safety first. Shit.
It's annoying for sure.
It's hella annoying, and I hate to sound like a fucking brat, but shit, man, like, just the weird restrictions they put on and also not put on at the same time, because, like, we're right down the street from Deep Ellum, and when you go down there, I'm like, what restriction?
Yeah, isn't it?
Greenville Avenue, damn near a hot zone for COVID, because the white folks out there don't be no masked up. They be out and about and kicking it. I'm like, y'all, y'all are unsafe here. I don't want any parts of y'all.
Do y'all think that next year they're gonna just do conventions and just require people to wear a mask and maybe do like a first 500 people that buy a ticket? You don't think they're gonna do conventions at all? I really think they might. If they do a football game,
they're already doing shows. I mean, they're already doing music shows. So, I mean, I feel like that would be the next step. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're already, having concerts and stuff like that, then surely they're going to do that. But to wear a mask, like you said, I hate to sound like some whiny ass brat, be like, yeah, blah, blah, but no.
We would be able to if these whites would have their mask on and keep them on. We would have been big chillin', had Karen and them.
About to be one of them without the mask. About fucking acne. Fuck all this. I'm about to be Karen stomping around the fucking Target.
Hell no.
Something my ass. Of course, security's gonna tackle me, but whatever.
You got too much melanin to be acting like this.
Right. Talking about, she's blacking up. Get her. So, look. Yeah.
Man, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my last questions that I have. What would you consider? I know we asked for your top 5 of all time. Like I said, I know your Instagram, you post a lot of retro stuff. So I won't do 5. What's your top 3 retro animes that you like the most? Because on your Instagram, I've seen Master Roshi, I've seen Yusuke, I've seen I can't think of his name from Evangelion. I was gonna say I believe you have a Spike on there. I mean, you have a lot of
the only reason why
Ghost in the Shell
retro is because I'm like, damn, I feel like I just saw this a year ago, but apparently not. Apparently it's been many years since I've seen some of these animes. But I definitely have to say Sailor Moon. this is the thing. I don't even like calling it retro. Cowboy Bebop, and I don't even know if I've even posted. I guess I'll say Akira, even though I could say Ninja Scroll and a bunch of other shit, Dragon Ball Z.
Akira came out in the 80s. It definitely is retro.
Oh, man.
Look at her
That's so young and vital. Like 12 when I watched it? I don't know. See, that's the weird thing about, this new day and age where I feel like these younger kids, because they be telling me all the time, like, that's the retro aesthetic. And I'm like, this is in my life. This is me as a human being. Like, I don't want to feel retro, but I guess it is. But yeah, I guess, like I said, Sailor Moon. Cowboy Bebop and here, I feel like I've changed that. I'm not good at lists, right?
No, it's all good.
Lupin
It's all good.
Because I love Spike. I was not, I mean, and they always said they were going to make that live action, but whatever.
They were in the works, but
I feel like they said
no,
I
it
mean,
wasn't COVID.
this
Somebody
is the
died.
works retro. Like,
One of the stunt men for the show died, and that's why
why is it every time
I was just gonna say that's the second person that died. That's some shit that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I am crying.
So I have a question for both of y'all. Have either one? I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on here before, but I don't know if Nate remembers. Have either one of y'all heard of an app called Retro Crush?
I think you told me about it a couple weeks back.
Okay.
And I think I downloaded it.
So Laura,
I did
this
download
is the
it
app for you. So there's a free, completely 100% free app called Retro Crush, and it literally has like hundreds of anime from like the 80s to early 2000s that you can just watch for free. Movies, all genres, horror, action, adventure, shonen, all that shit is there, and all that shit is free. Yeah. So like, if you ever want to get like on some old school shit one day, like that's literally the app for you. So I got it pulled up, and they have, I guess because it's spooky season or whatever, they have one called The Devil Lady, and this
see that.
This one came out in 1998, and it's 26 episodes. So like they have, like I said, it's some shit that you either saw back in the day or you didn't see that you should have saw back in the day, and it's all available for you. So I just want to put people on to Retro Crush.
They got some Saint Seiya on here, which I've heard a lot about. I've never watched Saint Seiya. There.
But Saint Seiya is also on Funimation, I think. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So they probably both had the rights to it, or these might be just the Saint Seiya movies. But yeah. So if you've heard of Retro Crush, I feel like you're already ahead of the curve and everything. So,
yeah.
But they also got
Lupin the Third. That's I do like Lupin.
Yeah, they also have a little bit of newer shit on here too. Like there's an anime called Beelzebub, which I think is like about a little demon baby, and that one actually came out in 2011. So it's not like super old or nothing like that. So, it's not just all old shit, but some of the shit's a little bit newer. So yeah, I just had to put y'all on and everything. So.
Like you did.
And I think they have a premium version that's only like $5 a month, so it's not even that expensive. But I think a lot of that shit is free.
At this point, with it being 20 plus years, nigga, need to be free.
Well,
that's like what's that? Is it Tubi or what's the other one that's like completely free on the Fire Stick? I forget.
Oh,
but yeah,
I know what you're talking about. You talking about that one that gives like you can watch the free movies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the fuck is it called? I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it right now. It's slipping my mind, but
after the pod,
yeah. After a certain amount of time, I feel like it should be free because they've made they damn money off of it.
Nah, they got this capitalism. They got to keep making money off this shit. So
right.
Yeah, I'm just looking through all this shit. Right. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of shit in here that I have not seen, and it's like, I feel like I grew up where I should have seen all this shit, but I haven't seen a lot of shit in here. So, I'm actually excited to start watching some shit on here once I get my current watch list to be a little bit more respectable. So this looks crazy right now.
Yeah,
That's
mine
about anime. There's so much. There's so many genres. I
So
feel
many
like I
things.
can literally. I mean, at least with me being an adult and having responsibilities, like I can never get caught up because that's like watching all of TV all the time ever. Like that's impossible because I have shit to do.
Right.
But I mean, I like that there's so many options, but at the same time, like.
I can never catch up.
And I didn't even get to, which, like I said, it could be a good thing because then I'll just get to binge watch. So, you know.
Exactly.
Right.
Yo, Mike, one day we gonna have to go to the retro room. Like you have to see, like it's so dope.
I'm ready. We need to go soon because I'm about to be out of this area.
Here.
That would be dope, bro.
Say?
Do a podcast at the retro room.
Don't play, Laura, because I'll pull up with my equipment.
It would be so dope. It's so nice. Like,
yeah. I mean, we got all like little setups. We move shit.
Mm-hmm.
All I need is a table.
One of us can sit in you can sit in the bathtub for a problem.
I was gonna say, yeah, it is a bathtub in there. This is random. That Louis V suitcase. Yes, there is a Louis V suitcase up in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my antiques. I have to have the zipper fixed, but yeah, that's an OG original.
Yeah, I could tell because I was like, why is this real ass Louis V in this room? Like,
right. A lot of stuff from my house. It was weird how we even brought this together, but I didn't even realize I even had a retro aesthetic until I was like, oh yeah, I have like this, and I have the suitcase, and I have this mirror, and I have that. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, we could totally build the shit from a bunch of shit randomly in my house. But yeah, no, that's the OG. People be like, oh, I want to buy that. Yeah, no, son.
So
buying it.
did you like
I feel like it's probably not even that expensive, but still.
Shit.
When you were acquiring all the stuff for the retro room and everything, did you like visit like mad thrift stores and just like find shit that like will just okay?
Yep. You know, really, the plug is Facebook Marketplace. That's the plug.
I can see that.
I mean, I did go to a bunch of like thrift. You know, what's that one bougie ass?
Like Buffalo Exchange, not Buffalo Exchange. Yeah.
There's two of them, and I mean, they be having the dopest stuff. They have some where we got the floating table right next to the peacock chair. They be having some dope ass shit. But when I'm telling you, walk up in there and they be like, "Oh, this love seat, $3,000." You're like, okay, I'm going now. But you know, you can find like little speckles of things. But yeah, a bunch of thrift stores. But Facebook Marketplace is really is really truly the plug. If you know what you're really looking for, like for something specific, because at least, you know, I've gone to like Craigslist, what's the other ones? You know, there's a ton of other whatever ones, but at least with Facebook, people use Facebook. That's current. So post it on there at the minimum, you know, they'll respond to it because they're actually using that platform. Whereas like Craigslist, something like
they might post and not go back.
I had 3 weeks later, I still have it. Well, I ain't looking for it no more. So
I had to turn off my notifications for Facebook because of Facebook Marketplace last week. So you know, as y'all can see, I'm moving and everything. So I'm trying to get rid of my washer and dryer. And my mom was like, just put it online for like $150. So I put my washer and dryer online for $150. And when I say, and I mean this respectfully, listeners, every Hispanic in Dallas hit my line trying to get this washer and dryer, and I was overwhelmed, and I literally turned my notifications off. I was like, I'm not looking at any of these. They were speaking to me in Spanish too. I'm like, bro, I don't even speak this. I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. I didn't think about that. When we were going through the bike demic, if you want to call it that, like during the pandemic, I was looking for a bike and you could not find a bike. I was gonna say you couldn't find a bike in the store to save your life. And unless you want to go like trek and spend $1,000 on a bike, you had to go on Facebook Marketplace and look. I ended up not getting one off of there, but there were options. I was like, yeah, you know, Facebook Marketplace ain't that bad.
I mean, like I said, if you know what you're looking for, that's legit where it's at. Because, like I said, at least And like I said, the thrift stores. Where the
I tell y'all go to Retro Room Dallas on Instagram. DJ Duffy did her maternity shoot photos there. It's a lot of beautiful photos. Matter of fact, Mikey, somebody we went to school with did a photo shoot there too. Her name is Janae. It's actually like Mirage Janae's half sister or
Janae.
I know Mirage Janae.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, she I don't know if Mike remembers her. Mirage, they're either cousins or like half sisters or something, but she's a model and I seen her pictures on there. Crazy enough, I had seen her post the pictures on her Instagram initially, and I was like, damn, them came out good. I like the vintage look, not knowing it was related to Retro Room Dallas. And then when we talked and I ended up following the Retro Room page, I seen her picture and I was like, well, I'll be damn. If she wasn't,
was she from our grade?
She came out in 2010.
Oh, okay, so she's right behind us. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, and them pick like the space is so dope, y'all. So if you're ever needing if you're needing to do something and need that look, or just in general, like I mean, I don't know exactly what all you would let someone like rent the space out for, but it is super dope. Like I was in love when I walked in.
We've had a lot of different like people come through. It's funny because when we first got the space, at first we were a little nervous about now, because this is a residential apartments. So when we first got the space, at first we were nervous about, people coming in and out, it'd be kind of loud, whatever. But of course we talked to the landlord, he cool. We got all that straight. But one time we had this whole Mexican band, and I mean the whole band, all of it, drums, guitar, all of it, the whole. I mean, they had
like a mariachi band.
All of it. They all came. They were playing. I mean, and I was like, damn. I wonder what the downstairs neighbors are gonna think. Like, what the fuck is going on? One day I hear trap music, the next day I hear Christian Mexican. Like, I don't know what the hell. It's funny though, but we know everybody in the area, so they're like, oh, okay, Like if they see a random grip truck of people, they'd be like, oh, we know who the fuck they coming for here.
Yes, I did not know, because it's so close to that theater that I didn't know that part was actually considered residential. I honestly didn't know that.
Is, except for the theater. It's weird how this whole area is, because ours is like one of the bigger topside lofts, but like it's weird how it's built. And I haven't even seen all the apartments, but there's like some on the sides where people park in the front, and underneath it, it's all residential except for that Hervé theater, except for the theater right in front. And even then, inside of that theater, I think there's a residential space inside of it.
Wow.
I've never been inside of it, but it's a theater and they have like a little whatever. I tried to talk to them about getting that space, but I don't know about all that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is all residential. So like I said, and it's cool that, this is like a little small community of people. So anytime like some weird random people come around, our neighbors know, like, oh yeah, y'all need to come to the front to where they at, because y'all trying to
come over here. I did that too when I walked, because I thought it was the theater. I walked to the side and I was like, bro, I can't get in through here. Like, yeah.
Right. It's funny. Like I said, Janae, she's cool. You met Stack earlier, but if you go to his, he's the director. We did this when we first got the space. One of the very few times that we actually used it, because like I said, we end up building the space because we're like, we need a space to use to shoot, but we end up not really using it as much and everybody else using it. But originally we did like this little, I guess, a little like a movie preview. It's at Stack Moses, but it's called Fever. And it's like this whole little, like we did this whole little like movie preview film kind of thing. And it's funny because after we did it, everyone's like, man, I can't wait for this movie. But we're just all trying to be creative. And we're like, like, no, like, we're like, when is the movie coming out? Luckily, and I don't want to say luckily because, COVID has been hard on all of us, but it struck and we're like, yeah, COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
COVID.
it's Abstract Moses, but Janae is in it. We have a bunch of other like models and a bunch of other people, and we do our little acting.
That is dope. Y'all definitely check it out if you're needing a photo shoot, because I personally am going to probably contact y'all to do my 30th photo shoot there and do like some.
Yeah, I've been, you know, it's funny. I've been saying I've been, because I used to model back in the Gap, way back in the Gap. And the next modeling, I want to do like some anime shit. Like, I'm like, you know, people have been hitting me up and I'm like, yeah, fuck all that and blind shit. Like, I want to do some anime shit. I want to do some like, and not like that weird goofy shit where you be like in the woods touching the tree type shit. Like, no, I want this shit to be lit. Somebody to me. Like, nah, son. I want to be like thigh highs, just bam. I don't know.
Yes.
I haven't thought of it.
Do it.
Yeah. You know, I know a bunch of people that do, you know, I know, of course, Stack, he's incredible. But that's the great thing about having this space is that I get to interact with a bunch of creatives and, you know, of course, tons of Black people. But, you know, everybody, Dallas creatives that do a bunch of like creative ass shit, the anime shit, special effect shit. Like, you know, a bunch of the people that come through here do a bunch of just great ass shit. And I'm like, yes, give me your info so I can do that.
That's so dope. Well, Mikey, maybe we could do 100 there.
I like that idea. I really do. We're coming up on, like I said, what was it? What was this, 96? Yes, we're coming up on episode 100, which that's gonna be our last episode of the year, and then we taking a fucking vacation. So, so yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah, we might have to set something up. I really want to, like, once we like record like at a location like the retro room and everything, I really want to have like camera set up so people can see how good it looks in there too. So, if I can get camera equipment and stuff like that ready for it, then I would love to have it there at the retro room.
Yeah, you can come check it out because, like I said, we have a ton of space. We have lights. We have prop money. We have, I mean, like, I'm just in the bed area, and I'm not going to do it because Google will be acting finicky as fuck. But even these lights, the bedside lamps, these change colors. The lights above me, they all change colors. We got smoke machines. We got, I mean,
bar area.
Recently, we had Yellow Beezy and K Camp do a video here. We'd be having all, I mean, shit. It'd be, you know.
I'm telling you, like, it'd be people in there, like, for real, Mikey. So,
I'm ready.
Look,
I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm ready. I definitely need to check it out too, because like I said, I'm not even gonna be over here that much more often after next week. So yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I might just pop up there on one of these days soon, so I can see what we looking like over there. So
you like it?
Pop up. I'm not gonna be looking like this. Just a heads up. I got all.
She is. I was gonna say, don't let her. First of all, don't let this fool you because she looks exactly like why she's sitting here.
Nah, I be coming from that back wall, just rub my eyes. I'm like, I be like, is that me? Like, who is you? No, I got all cute. I was like, let me, put the face on because I'm about to whatever. But
women love
don't expect the little cute ponytail and all
they be
this.
looking like that without the face on. So I'm not paying you no mind, Laura.
Don't pay her no mind because she just as pretty.
I know Cap when I see it.
Talk about that. God, I keep reliving that, but all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that shit is dope. We got like 3, 4.
Oh, our ex Blanime.
Well, no, I
saw those shirts. I want one.
What shirts?
A Blanime shirt, probably Black Lives Matter.
Oh shit, yeah. Actually, Nate, we're gonna get together. We're gonna send her a shirt too. We need to get you one.
Okay.
I support.
I need to edit that out so niggas don't think I'm just sending out a whole bunch of shirts.
I buy it. Shit, support Black business.
No, look all that. No, you get the free.
Yeah, no, that's
But
not.
no, we'll talk. Yeah, but no, I didn't actually ask Blanime this week because today because I was mad busy and I just completely forgot.
I
So
did too.
we'll save that for later. We'll save that for this week. We'll just do anime news and then we pretty much
Oh,
run with it. Yeah. So we at this part, Laura, we usually just go over little things that we peeped anime news wise that we just talk about real quick and see what's going on. So first one that Nate put on here was this is from Loot Anime's Twitter. It says manga creator Al how's this spell his name? Alifred?
Alfred. Oh,
Alifred?
Alfred Yamamoto.
Yeah, yeah. Announced on Twitter on Saturday that the television anime adaptation for Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. Manga's getting a second season. Have you ever seen that? I think it's a slice of life / romance anime. Have you ever heard of that one?
Wait, what is it called?
It's called Science. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. You know how anime titles be doing mad, unnecessary, long titles and shit like
Right.
You know what? It's I think you know what. Now you would like it. Kasha had put me on. Like she was watching it. I think at your house last year, Mikey. And
I remember.
If you've ever watched Kaguya-sama: Love is War, not exactly the same, but kind of how Kaguya and Dude were like they didn't want to admit that they liked each other, so they kept like doing stuff that kind of low key had to almost force the other person to say that they liked the other one, but then something would happen to where they didn't really have to say it out loud, so they just kept playing that game.
Progressive love shit ever, right?
Yes, and that's kind of how that show is because they use science to like prove in like.
That sounds like anime shit.
I think you would like.
I love anime too. Science. Get your
right.
aggressive ass on my face.
They were doing damn science experiments and shit and trying to prove they love.
I'll do a little quick plot summary too so everybody knows what the hell we talking about. So plot summary is Yukimura and Homuro are both graduate students working in the same lab. One morning, all out of nowhere, Homuro announces to Yukimura that she believes that she is in love with him, totally shocking her fellow scientists. So they then go on to conduct experiments to see if they are actually in love or not, basically. So it sounds like a comedy, romance, slice of life type deal. Yeah, so
it's definitely a comedy for sure. And a slice of life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The next one, Mikey, I don't know if I posted this or you posted this one. Demon Slayer Mugen Train anime film exceeds 4.6 billion yen in 3-day opening weekend, biggest opening weekend ever in Japan.
You see Laura put her hands up because she got the
because we're tired of being stuck in the house from COVID, and they're like, movie, I'll watch it. No, I'm joking. No, I love Demon Slayer.
So that was only in Japan. So like we haven't got it yet on our side yet.
Right. Of
course.
Unfortunately, but 4.6 billion yen. That's a lot of tokens there.
A lot of fucking money.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that shit on Demon Slayer, and there's a lot of people that love Demon Slayer. I mean, honestly, the numbers don't lie. You just got to give them they fucking due. Like 4.6 billion is a lot for any movie. Shit, like
in a 3-day weekend that's during a pandemic.
That's Avengers.
Right.
Shit. Oh, right. Mad niggas caught COVID watching that movie.
Right.
And probably caught it happily. Well, if they enjoyed the movie.
So yeah, they're like, why did I do this?
Like it was worth it.
I know. I hated how they ended it. And, of course, with the Americans, like, oh, they're like, yeah, we'll release a movie in Japan. Fuck all of y'all. See, 5 years from now, like, thanks.
Imagine Tanjiro trying to do his concentrated breathing, but he got COVID. Like, he can't breathe no more.
See?
So all his shit is gonna be not working. He gonna be fucked up.
Right. It'll be the last concentrated breathing.
Poor Tanjiro. He said,
look at Jennifer. Jennifer, please.
Hey.
I am dead.
Hey.
Now I can't release the video because she want to twerk on Zoom.
Hey. Keep it lit.
All right, you want another baby? Keep playing with me. I hate that, man. That's so gross. Anyway, no, but yeah, Tandro be fucked up if he got COVID. So ain't gonna be no water style breathing going on.
At all.
But yeah, respect
That
to
steam breathing that they told us all to do. The steam.
I'm dead.
Orange peels.
I'm weak. I am so weak.
Respect to Demon Slayer getting that much money in 3 days. Can I just have like a stack or two? Like this, I just want like that much. Like just pass it on over to me. Oh,
I just want to do something anime so I could just. I mean, I have the retro. Like, I'm just I feel like as much popularity as Black people have been putting into anime, and maybe this is a one-sided thought, but sure, we should be getting some money from this shit. Fuck all that.
Right.
Make all that from the movie, like all this. I mean, there just has to be a way for us to cultural for that. I didn't want to say it like that, but whatever.
No, really though.
And now you added this next one about Dr. Stone, basically, and you talked about that earlier. So
yeah, real briefly, yeah. So it's just that one special episode is literally a recap of all of season 1. It's like Senku telling Ruri like what happened like from the beginning and how the war, like why they're about to start the war, basically. So if you need a refresher, you can definitely watch it. You can watch it on Crunchyroll's YouTube channel, or you can go on Crunchyroll, and it's like literally a normal anime episode. It's like 22 minutes. So,
Laura, you watch Dr. Stone?
Yes.
Okay, good shit. A woman of culture.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, too smart. This don't make no sense.
Yeah, that nigga's ridiculous. A cell phone tower, nigga. We'd be dead if it was me.
Y'all just y'all just made a ramen stand or whatever. Like y'all just made some noodles and y'all just up on like so. How does what? But I don't know science, so I just thought that was a weird progression.
I'd definitely be on Tsukasa's side because I'm not smart enough to get on the shit that Senku be on. So I definitely
can barely start a fire.
I definitely
bro.
be a meathead ass nigga just being a regular.
Oh. Man, that used to be one of my favorite real shows is Naked and Afraid. That's one of the shows because, and no offense to anybody, but man, where I love to see them people struggle playing hobo, that's my favorite. That is, eat that snake, make that fire. Like, I just be like, yes. No, that wouldn't be me because one, I don't like bugs, period, point blank. If I'm getting bit, I'm out. You saw that one episode, there was a Black girl and she was like, nah, I'm out. That would be me. Like, I don't even know. There's no way. Cell phone tower? No. Jumping off this cliff. I'm out.
You got to get the money. You got to thug it out. Like, it's like Fear Factor. Like, you just kind of eat the worms to get this money.
My skin reacts different. No.
Them niggas be losing like 45 pounds in 21 days. It be showing the difference.
In 5 days.
Yeah, they do. It'd be in like 20 pounds in 5 days.
And got bugs all up in their back. Nah, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I can't do it. I would not make it.
I definitely wouldn't be no Dr. Stone. Nah. Go spear my ass. I'm out.
Oh, really?
Right. Making soda. And now you want to make a cell phone tower. What?
That nigga's ridiculous.
He did make soda. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He made everything. This nigga made anything you could think of.
He made cotton candy.
Well, he gonna make a laptop in the next in the war.
But no guns?
That's
no, because hold on, they got gun. Didn't they have gunpowder?
He made gunpowder, but I don't know if he actually made like a firearm.
He make a gun. It's a wrap.
I mean, I feel like there was progression.
Oh yeah.
Something.
We'll see that in the next season. I'm sure we'll see a gun at some point. Because if he come in there with the blicky, Tsukasa it's over with for him.
And Tsukasa know that too.
He know what's up.
So he come with the blizzy. Bye.
Hey. He come in that bitch like, you know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? He pull out his backpack like the old boy from that Nate, what's that movie with Wood Harris?
Is it Paid in Full? No, I mean that's Wood Harris. No, what is his name?
What's the movie with Wood Harris playing basketball and he pulling his gun out the fucking bag? That's how Senku need to pull up.
Has to, or he gonna lose. Right. Are they gonna lose? Cause them niggas strong.
Facts.
So strong. I'll never understand that. Super strong. Like this nigga's literally fighting.
And he's
tigers. What you
15
supposed to
years
do?
old. He's 15.
We talked about this when you were over there. Why did they do that? Why? Don't try to make me a pervert. Don't make this old buff ass, weird ass fighting lions and tigers 6'8", and then on the anime they'll really be like, he looks 6'8", and he'd be like, I'm actually 5'5", and
and I'm only 12. Sorry.
If I ever run,
right, I don't like girls, ew. But no, don't do that to me, because I'm a regular human being, and I don't find that acceptable in normal life. So don't be putting no damn abs and whatever the hell. Like,
if I ever run into a nigga,
why are they always in high school? That's always the one question.
A high schooler that could punch a fucking lion in his shit and win, and he try to fight me, I'm gonna have to shoot him because I'm not fighting you.
That's the only way you gonna win. You can't beat that nigga straight up. There's no way. You can't. It's
impossible. It's impossible. But
and the niggas he got ride with him
though. Why?
I guess technically, if we want to be technical, they're like 3,715 years old.
No, fuck that.
Technically speaking, they're 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
Them niggas was ridiculous. They just that I am now. That's one thing I am anticipating for the winter season.
So I just looked it up. So Tsukasa was 18 at the introduction of the story, and then like there's a time skip. So he becomes like 20. So there's like a 2-year time skip. So he's 18 and 20 in the show. So he's not. Now he's still mad strong for an 18-year-old, but at the same time, he's not like he's 15. So it's like it makes a little. He's coming into his grown man strength. So.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I was like, I don't think this nigga's 15. So yeah, I was correct. He's a little bit older.
I mean, but what in every other anime though?
Yeah, no, facts.
Every other anime, I'm like, they'd be like, who do you like? I'm like, so and so, but I know he's 16, so I don't know how to feel about that.
Right, so I can't like this. Like, I really can. It's just
right. Like, I kind of like him, sort of.
Last thing I had though was this something I saw today. So Netflix got into a partnership with like 4 animation studios. Naz, Science, Saru, Mappa, and Studio Mirror. Now, the 3 of them niggas I don't know nothing about. I don't care.
But Mappa,
we know Mappa is a real nigga studio, so we got to get him some credit for teaming up with Mappa. Hopefully, this shit works out for Netflix because a lot of this shit be some hot mid. So I'm hoping that this partnership that they've entered in brings about some good anime towards us. So
why Netflix just go back to how they used to have and have that whole library? While they sitting there trying to hold back, like they don't have some of this stuff and like they don't have a dub. Stop holding back. Stop holding back. Y'all had. I remember when I had to get the thing sent to me, and then I would keep them, and then my thing would get discontinued, and they'd be like, "Hey, it's 3 of these DVDs." I'm like, I ain't got them, but
see,
like we know y'all have the whole library. Stop. What do y'all do? Why?
They get the rights and then they lose the rights. So it's I don't blame them. So because there's a bunch Netflix like in from between 2010 and 2013 was undefeated because there was so much good ass shit on there, like anime wise too. There was so much shit on Netflix between that in that time period, and now all that shit's gone. And now they doing these originals, and them hosts be sucking ass. So it's a struggle. So hopefully it brings them back in the golden age of anime because a lot of this shit be trash. So
the 2-pack of ass.
Back.
Oh, last thing. Speaking of Netflix, Blood of Zeus comes out next week.
Yes, I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
For y'all that are waiting for that, it's either Tuesday or Thursday. Because I believe it's Tuesday, but it might be the 28th. So it's either Tuesday or Thursday. But by the time y'all hear this, it will be dropping after this episode. So yeah.
I love that. I love Greek mythology, so I'm ready for that. That's gonna be some shit that I'm gonna be watching. Yeah, I'm gonna binge real quick. So
same.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for anime news and shit. Did y'all have anything that y'all want to recommend to the people that's listening to the podcast?
Mhm. I have a recommendation for the pod since we're in spooky season, and for Laura since she likes stuff that I like too. A Sunday Without God. That's gonna be my recommendation this week. I've recommended it before on the pod, but Laura, I think you like it. It's about this little girl who is a gravekeeper, and basically God deserts the world and nobody dies, and so the only way people actually die, so they're zombies to a certain degree, but hang on, the way they do die is the gravekeeper actually like burying them. So it's the story of a little girl who's a gravekeeper who's really too young to be one, but it just shows her wanting to like help people die pretty much. So
right. Well, let me put you back on music. Just shut up and get in this. Yeah, I put that in my notes.
bet.
I don't have anything that I want to recommend. It was a bad week for me because I've been trying to get this ready for this move. So I didn't watch no new shit like I wanted to, but I will say just keep watching Jujutsu Kaisen. That's all I can tell you. And Digimon if you like nostalgia. And just find you some good shit on Retro Crush. That'll be the recommendation I have for you.
My notes.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, check out Retro Crush and find some good shit on there.
All you young
whippersnappers that don't know what this old anime shit about. So
this is where it started. And a lot of that old shit, people be. I get that sometimes the way they speak and it's kind of weird. They be talking like, oh, you got a gun, blah blah blah. It's weird, but a lot of the animation in the old shit is on point.
It's still good.
Right. It's like that old Disney shit, like cell by cell shit. Like that should be lit. Like
she said, "Soul by itself." Shit, I'm weak. I am weak.
It should be lit. So I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Bet. Well, Lord, thank you for doing this with us. I appreciate it. Cause
thank y'all for having me.
Of course, this won't be the last time, and we definitely might. Oh, that would be lit to do. The episode at the Retro.
I invite y'all.
We're gonna be in contact
to my dwelling.
Dwelling.
Right. Like I said, somebody just a tub of money, sprinkle it on them occasionally.
Bye. I'm weak.
No, we'll definitely be in contact.
People be like, "Is that real money?" I'm like,
it can be.
I mean, I've been putting that in the universe. When I put it in the universe, I didn't think it was going to be prop money, but I guess I'm getting closer to the goal. Like, that ain't what I thought it was. But yeah, if I had 100 like that, peace, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for everybody. I did want to, like I said, thank you again to Laura, Miss Laura, for blessing our podcast with her presence and putting us on to some good old school retro stuff and everything. Just because it's retro don't mean we old either. We just anime veterans on this whole. So
I like that. I like how that sounds.
Yes.
Anime vets.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Go say it.
No, go ahead and say it.
No, I was gonna say find a picture of like Jordan Pippen and like Horace Grant and put our faces on that hoe for the podcast cover.
Don't make me, because I will.
Bro, that hoe be clean. Since we going back.
Anime Hall of Famers. Anime Hall of Famers in this whole. But yeah, thanks again, Laura, for coming through and everything. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So, Laura, what we usually say to end this whole and send everybody so they can go to bed and everything is we like to let the people know to wash your hands, wash your ass, watch anime, and wear a mask. Those are the 4 rules you need to take from this podcast. to make sure
Yes.
you have a successful life outside of this podcast. So
'Tis the season.
We-
All of that
yeah.
and some. Please, some of y'all.
and some.
Right.
But on that note, we're gonna get out of here, and with all due respect,
I'm so weak. I am so weak.
Let me get my skirt off.
Peace out.
Yay. This thing is hurting my ears. Ooh.
I think it's time to blow this scene.
Turn this light off.
Together. Okay,
Ah.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.